Have you ever wondered why the more you chase success, love, peace, the more it slips through your fingers? Why the more you reach for it, the more distant it seems? Why the answers you so desperately seek remain just out of reach? What if the very act of chasing is what keeps it away from you? It's as if the harder you try, the further it drifts, like a mirage on the horizon, always one step ahead, always slipping through your grasp the moment you think you've finally arrived. But what if the answer was never something to find, but something that appears when you stop looking for it? We live in a world addicted to motion, to progress, to achievement, to grasping at the next thing, and that hunger seeps into the soul. It makes us believe that we are not enough yet, not healed yet, not awake yet, so we run faster and farther, hoping the next thought, the next practice, the next person, the next strategy will finally bring us home. And yet, somehow, we never arrive. No matter how far we go, how much we do, something is always missing. But why is that? It's because you cannot outrun what lives within you, and you will never find in the outer world what has been quietly buried in the depths of your own being all along. You see, your mind is a storm. It's noisy, restless, and endlessly searching. But you are not the storm. You are the sky, and the sky always remains vast, still, unmoved, no matter how fierce the winds howl, no matter how dark the clouds gather. The sky never chases the sun, it never resists the rain, it simply allows, and in that silent allowing, everything passes and everything returns. Take Charlie, for instance, a business owner struggling to find customers. He's tried every techniques in the books: funnels, ads, cold outreach, affirmations. He wakes up every morning with a pit in his stomach and a head full of strategy, chasing clients, chasing money, because the bills don't wait and fear doesn't sleep, but nothing seems to work. It's like the more he pushes, the more life pushes back, until one day, he stops. Not because he's given up, but because he's tired of the chase. He lets go of the outcome, and something shifts, not in the world, but in him. And suddenly, clients begin to appear, emails come in, doors open, not because he chased harder, but because for the first time, he finally trusted the flow of life more than his fear. He trusted the unseen. He trusted faith. Have you ever tried to catch a butterfly? The more you reach, the more it flees. But when you sit still, it lands gently on your shoulder. This is what Charlie experienced. The butterfly came to rest softly, as if invited. Peace is like that. Truth is like that. Love is like that. They don't need to be conquered. They need to be remembered. Now let's take the story of Barbara. She's been searching for love like it's a finish line. Swipe after swipe, date after date, hoping that this one will be different, that this one will be the one, but each time, she ends up with someone who only sees her body, not her soul. They disappear just as fast as they came, until she decides, no more begging for crumbs, no more chasing ghosts. She stops trying to control it. She starts honoring her worth. She begins to choose herself again and again, and it's in that stillness that a man appears, one who sees her fully, who meets her not in her chasing, but in her true presence. Not because she searched harder, but because she finally became someone who no longer needed to. She didn't find love. Love found her. You see, the chase always begins with a quiet lie that you are incomplete. You make yourself believe that you need to become something. That peace is to be earned. That wholeness is to be achieved. That love to be deserved. And that success is the fruit of hard work. But what if none of that is true? What if the one chasing is the one who forgot who they are? You see, the ego knows that the unfamiliar feels like falling without a net, so it holds you tight in the cage of what you know. Even if the cage is uncomfortable, even painful, it is predictable. So it quietly sabotages your efforts, whispering doubts just when you're close, clouding your clarity with confusion. This sabotage isn't punishment, it's survival. Your ego is just trying to protect you, to keep you safe from the unknown of freedom. And the paradox is this: in trying to protect you, the ego often becomes your greatest obstacle, the one thing standing between you and the freedom you long for. Your ego is clever. It promises freedom in the future, so you never find it now. It dresses your seeking in spiritual robes, but all the while, it's terrified of what you would discover if you actually stopped. Because the moment you stop chasing, its illusion crumbles, and what appears is you.
But stopping is not easy. The mind will resist. It will panic. It will beg you to do something, to tighten, to grasp, to analyze, because silence feels like death to the one who survives through noise. But stay with it. Let the thoughts swirl. Let the fear arise. Let the ache of stillness crack you open. Don't fight it. Don't let it define you. Simply observe it, because beneath that ache is where the miracle happens.
This is the paradox no one tells you. Freedom isn't something you find by doing more effort, more knowledge, more action, more identity, but by letting go. You don't become whole by adding layers, but by remembering what you are beneath it all. Freedom begins when the chase ends, when you stop reaching, by resting in the awareness that has never left you, and when the chase ends, you realize it was never gone. When you no longer chase love, you discover it was always flowing through you. When you no longer chase God, you remember you are what you seek. So maybe, just maybe, it was never about manifesting, never about fixing, never about becoming anything more than you already are or someone else. Maybe all this chasing, all this doing, was just noise covering up a quieter truth, a truth that doesn't need to be built, but remembered. Maybe you've been trying so hard to become someone that you've forgotten how to be yourself. You don't need another technique, another strategy, another breakthrough, another vision board. You already know exactly who you are deep down. Let's make a short exercise. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath in. Now notice the space between your thoughts, not the thoughts themselves, but the stillness underneath them. Can you feel it? The quiet watcher, the gentle presence that never chases, never pushes, never pulls. That is you, not the mind, not the noise, but the open sky beneath the storm. Emotions may rise like waves, but the ocean never forgets its depth. You are not your thoughts. You are not your pain. You are not your past. You are the one who sees, and what you are seeking is already here. Already beneath the surface of your striving, already whispering through the cracks in your certainty, and all it's waiting for is your stillness, to stop, to listen, to feel, to sit long enough with your own heart that it no longer has to scream to be heard, to trust life so deeply that you no longer reach with trembling hands, but receive with open palms. To understand, not just with your mind, but with your entire being, that nothing real can be forced, because the truth is, what is meant for you cannot be chased. It does not respond to fear or timelines or the anxious hands of control. It comes like grace, quiet, undeserved, and perfect in its own timing. It appears the moment you create space for it. The moment you stop filling your life with the noise of becoming and start making room for what already is. It is not won by force, but received in surrender. Like rain on open hands, like light through an unguarded window, like a butterfly landing, only when you no longer reach for it. So, as we are coming to an end of this journey, take a last deep breath, let it move through you like a wave, and soften all that's been held too tightly. Let go of the lack. You are not missing anything. You are already whole, already enough, already home. Don't just hear these words, anchor them by typing below in the comments, "I am already whole." Let it be your mantra, your moment of truth. Because when you write it, your subconscious hears it louder, your body begins to believe it, and something inside you finally exhales. You signal to the universe that you are no longer chasing what you already are, and if this message sparked something within you, like this video and subscribe for more.
not out of habit, but as a way of saying yes to the journey back to yourself. Because this moment of stillness isn't the end, it's the beginning of living your own life, of receiving, not by chasing, just by being, of remembering the truth that's been here all along. You don't have to become anything, you only have to stop and turn back to who you already are.